With all that's going on in the world and through social media, it can be really difficult to stay positive. Right now, more than ever, self-compassion is so important. Today, I'm going to share with you 10 ways for you to love yourself again and date yourself. You have the power to shift your attitude, to shift your perspective today. And these 10 tips are going to help you. But before we get started, if you want more tips on how to take charge of your love life, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I'll get them to you when they go live. Tip number 1, speak to yourself as you would someone you love. I know it may sound simple, but all of us have this narrative. We have the positive narrative and the negative narrative, right? So who's running the show in the background right now? Are you saying I'm not good enough? Maybe you're not saying it out loud, but you're saying it through your actions, right? So what I want you to do is wake up in the morning and say at least 3 compliments to yourself in the mirror. I rock, I'm awesome, I am enough, and get you in the right attitude because you are awesome. Tip number 2 is to nurture yourself. Guess what? Happiness is an inside job. All right, so that means you need to get enough sleep, at least 7 hours, okay? 8 hours is a bonus, but at least 7. And you need to eat foods that support your body and help you feel good, right? Foods that don't make you get inflamed or exhausted. And then you should be taking 10 minutes at least to do some type of meditation. Meditation allows you to be present and be in the here and now. Or go out for a nice walk. Step away from the TV, the computer, your iPhone. Leave it away. Don't even touch it, right? And go out and be present. Take a look at the leaves, the flowers. Look at the animals you see and name them so that you can really absorb the nature around you. One of the things that is really important to happiness is social connection. Even if that means taking yourself out to dinner by yourself, okay, with a book, but you're around people, that raises your level of connection in some way. Tip number 3 is to create a check-in circle with the people you know, like, and trust. And these are the people that you can totally be vulnerable with, where you can break down, cry, and just let it all out. There are studies that show when you cry, you actually let out stress hormones through your tears, and that will help you feel better. So it's important for you to connect with friends and have that support. And if you don't have one, there are plenty of communities online through Facebook, or if you Google actual communities that help you with depression. I'll leave some information below if you need that. Tip number 4, treat yourself. Take yourself out on an actual date. Go and order some takeout of your favorite food. Bring your picnic basket, bring a blanket, grab your book, bring your radio or headphones, and just go to the park and sit out there and enjoy the beautiful weather, the beautiful greenery, nature again. Believe it or not, changing your environment to something new, something exciting can bring you a lot of internal joy. Tip number 5 is to cleanse your life. Unfollow people on social media that don't make you happy. Unfollow them in person if they're not feeding your soul. If they're critical on you, if they're making you feel less than, then step away. You can love from afar. You can forgive them with boundaries. You do not have to stay connected with these people, because right now you have to fill your soul with positive things, positive people, people that bring you joy, okay? People that make you laugh. Protect yourself and your home from toxic forces. Tip number 6, while you have time right now, invest in workshops, books, classes that really help you be the best version of yourself. We all have areas that we need to work on. It doesn't mean that we're not good enough or we're less than anyone else. Everything we do in life is trainable, right? So if there's areas that you're feeling insecure about, maybe you're not good at being vulnerable, maybe you don't have great relationship skills. By the way, I have a workshop called Path to Love. I'll leave the details in the video if that's something you want to work on. But besides that, if you need to work on arts and crafts, or you want to do a hobby. All of those things have virtual classes that you can do right now. Tip number 7, write a love letter to yourself. That's right, it may sound funny, but you deserve to be loved. You deserve to be spoken with beautiful words that lift you and make you feel amazing. So write a love letter to yourself and write it in third person. It'll allow you to separate your feelings of either loneliness or depression or sadness and really help you embrace and feel those words come into your soul. And it's not about being full of self, it's about being self-full. Tip number 8 is to turn on an inspiring song. A song that makes you happy, that brings you joy, that makes you get up and dance. For me, it's Pharrell Williams' song, Happy, right? It makes me get up and dance. I do it anytime I'm feeling down, I'm stuck. I throw that song on and I start dancing around. And I'm telling you, it's totally worth it. Tip number 9 is to say no to something you don't want to do. I know this is hard because for those that are people pleasers or those that don't want to disappoint anyone, this is so important for you because you need to make yourself a priority. You won't be able to be your best self if you are running everywhere, exhausted, tired. So people want to see the best you. Show them your best self by saying no and saying, I need to take care of myself today. I need a self-care day. People will definitely understand. Tip number 10 is so important. I want you to write down a mistake and I want you to forgive yourself. So many of us are so critical of ourselves and our mistakes that we forget to lead with self-compassion. We are so compassionate to everyone around us except for ourselves. We deserve that love as well. Maybe you were late to something and you said, you know what? I could have done better, but you know what? I learned a lesson. Next time I'll leave 10 minutes earlier, and I forgive myself for being late. It doesn't mean that I'm a bad person. It's just a new habit that I'm building. So starting today, I want you to take these 10 tips and I want you to start practicing it. It has to be a daily practice. Happiness is not a sustainable thing unless you exercise. It's like a muscle, right? And you continue to do those exercises to keep you at a level of happiness because happiness is fleeting. So if you want to bring joy in your life, you have to take action. It doesn't happen without your effort. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I do respond, or you can go to amiethedatingcoach.com and send me a message there. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you for joining me.